Let's get right into it. Today, we're looking at an absolutely massive structural paradigm shift. Now, for over a decade, the core narrative of decentralized technology has been, well, incredibly noisy. We've been completely obsessed with speculative token trading and endless hype. But guess what? That era is ending. We are rapidly moving into a post-interface machine economy, a place where execution fundamentally beats narrative. In this explainer, we're going to explore exactly how Denarii DeFi uses autonomous AI agents to build what's called the zero-human company. This is a self-operating web where complex workflows aren't done by people, but handled entirely by flawless machine logic.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with the end of human latency, then enter the agentic economy. After that, we'll break down the multi-chain settlement engine, tackle security in the machine age, and finally, bring it all together with the concept of the zero-human company. Let's jump right in.
Chapter 1. The End of Human Latency. Moving past biological bottlenecks in finance.
Okay, let's dive into this. To really grasp where we're going, we have to contrast our frustrating legacy structures with the future of autonomous workflows. Think about traditional finance for a second. It operates on fixed business hours, you have rigid 5 p.m. cutoffs, slow multi-day settlements, and it is just plagued by high human overhead and constant error loops. It's entirely siloed. Now, compare that to the Denarii agentic system. This operates 24/7, 365 days a year. Settlements are instantaneous and cross-chain. Instead of dealing with human bottlenecks, it relies on a completely autonomous workforce. We are literally removing the latency of waiting for a human to read an email, process a form, and click a button.
There is a vital takeaway here, and it's this: execution beats narrative. Web3 is steadily, quietly transitioning into invisible infrastructure. The real innovation here isn't speculative tokens bouncing around an exchange anymore. No, the real product is absolute autonomy. It's the quiet coordination happening continuously right below the user interface. Frankly, if a system today still requires human trust and manual intervention to work, it's already an outdated legacy construct.
Chapter 2. Enter the Agentic Economy. Building the autonomous multi-agent workforce.
So you might be wondering, if we want to actually replace all this biological latency, how do we implement reliable machine execution in the real world? Well, the solution lies in the Paperclip AI Orchestrator. Think of this open source platform as an engine that literally models autonomous businesses. Instead of just interacting with a single chatbot that totally forgets your previous conversation, this platform organizes AI agents into highly structured hierarchies. It creates a literal, tireless workforce where every single digital worker gets a specific role, strict goals, and crucially, a specific token budget to go out and execute tasks.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how massive the scope of this system actually is. Within the Denarii DeFi ecosystem, you have highly specialized digital workers. You've got a CEO agent handling top-level strategic planning. You have a quant agent autonomously monitoring spreads and triggering arbitrage instantly. An engineer agent auditing smart contracts for vulnerabilities on the fly. And on top of that, you have treasury, research, and governance agents all operating concurrently. They are completely replacing fragmented, messy human communication chains with perfectly aligned, instantaneous machine coordination.
But here's the catch. Building a workforce like this means solving a massive technical hurdle, what we call the memento man problem. You know how standard AI APIs wake up with absolutely zero situational memory? Denarii solves this in 2 steps. Step 1 is the heartbeat check-in system. This is a recurring loop forcing the agent to actually read its persona, its goals, and its metrics before it takes any action whatsoever. Step 2 is the para-memory system, which categorizes data seamlessly by projects, areas, resources, and archives. This ensures that these specialized agents retain deep strategic context without getting completely bogged down by bloated active memory.
Chapter 3. The Multi-Chain Settlement Engine. The Trinity of DLT powering the machine economy.
Now, if these AI agents are our new workforce, we absolutely need to understand the zero-latency rails they run on. To operate at true machine speed, Denarii utilizes a cross-chain control plane known as the Trinity of DLT, integrating 3 very distinct ledgers. First, they use the XRP Ledger for high-speed value transfer in decentralized trading. Then, they leverage Algorand for mathematical transaction finality and zero fork risk, operating specifically with ASA ID 8976495551. And third, they use Hedera Hashgraph for predictable fee management and high-throughput audit trails. When you combine these 3, you completely eliminate traditional barriers like insane gas fees and fragmented liquidity.
Now, what's really staggering about this setup is the sheer speed of this underlying infrastructure. Look at this. The XRPL boasts a 3 to 5 second settlement speed, while Algorand delivers 3.3-second block finality. When you pair these mind-bending API speeds with autonomous AI agents, you create a system that has an absolutely insurmountable competitive advantage over any human operator. I mean, when systems can decide, execute, and settle faster than humans can even process the information on a screen, the entire dynamic of the market changes forever.
Chapter 4: Security in the Machine Age. Closing the measurability gap.
With speeds this incredibly fast, we have to stop and ask a critical question. As AI takes over, how on earth do we prevent compounding errors? Because third-party agents run with local file and network access, there is a very real, very dangerous supply chain risk here. If a machine makes a mistake at API speed, that one mistake can cascade into a disaster before you even know it happened.
And this brings us to what we can call the Trojan horse of math in autonomous systems. The crucial point is this. Let's say you have an incredibly smart agent running at a fantastic 95% accuracy rate per step. Sounds great, right? Well, if you let it run unverified for just 10 consecutive steps, that end-to-end success rate completely plummets to 59.8%. It basically becomes a coin flip. Left unchecked, even a highly accurate single agent inevitably leads to massive systemic failure over time. So oversight isn't just a nice feature to have, it is literally mandatory.
So how do we fix it? Denarii solves this compounding error problem with a cryptographic core known as the Vault. And the safeguards here are intense. It uses quantum security through hardware enclave shields. It enforces biometric blockchain scanners, meaning you still have human-in-the-loop authorization via decentralized identity before any major changes actually go live. It utilizes Telegram Oracle integration as a secure remote circuit breaker. But honestly, most importantly, it implements multi-agent QA loops. By introducing an independent quality assurance agent whose only job is to verify work at checkpoints, they mathematically reset that error probability. This restores absolute confidence in the entire system.
Chapter 5: The Zero Human Company. The 5 Pillars of Enterprise Automation.
All right, this is the ultimate payoff. We've talked about all the cool tech and the security. Now let's look at the grounded, incredibly lucrative business benefits. By transitioning to agentic workflows, this orchestrator systematically replaces extremely expensive SaaS tools and human consulting loops. Pillar 1 automates social, replacing HubSpot and PR agencies to save over $8,120 a month. Pillar 2 replaces external security auditing firms, saving tens of thousands of dollars per audit. Pillar 3 entirely automates treasury monitoring, saving over $5,000 a month compared to tools like Nansen or Dune. Pillar 4 replaces management consultants with a dedicated AI agent council, saving over $50,000 a year. And Pillar 5 replaces human ops teams running Jira and Asana, saving upwards of $100,000 a year. What's absolutely staggering is that users can unlock this entire orchestration dashboard simply by holding a verified 2% of the native DeFi token supply. The token literally becomes the cryptographic key to massive operational savings.
Let's pull back for a second and see how this builds into the broader macro vision, the blueprint of a truly self-operating web. We are actively moving toward a highly active global agent marketplace, operating entirely on this invisible infrastructure. In this new digital economy, developers and companies aren't just trading speculative tokens anymore. They are discovering, connecting, and upgrading specialized digital workers. These AI agents will trade, coordinate, and execute complex global logistics completely autonomously.
So we've seen how Denarii DFi and the Paperclip AI Orchestrator are systematically replacing latency with pure logic, which leaves us with a final provocative thought to chew on. When capital moves at API speeds and systems decide and execute faster than human biology even allows, what role are you going to play in the self-operating web? Because the shift from human labor to machine orchestration, it isn't coming, it's already underway. Thanks so much for joining this explainer, and keep learning.